younger years of Jidenna, seeing like you lived in Boston, Brooklyn, Oakland, LA, Atlanta. It's a lot of traveling around.
Yeah.
What was it like growing up? You know, because you all like you said, you made references of different spots that you always grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
Seemed like all the spots when you were young was in the hood. You know, like you saying when you was
No, I even lived in hoods, and I also lived in the burbs when I first moved from the U.S. or from Nigeria to America. So I learned a little bit about the suburbs, but definitely lived in multiple hoods across the country, which is great. And what the one thing I got was I lived in Caribbean American, African American, and then African hoods and international kind of hoods.
Right.
So my perspective is really around, it's predominantly like black people across the world.
Wow.
I got the African diasporic perspective, which changes. That's why my music sounds the way it does.
Right.
That's why I talk about Africa a lot, because I see what we can do. I see where we're at, but I can see where we can go. And it's because of the places I lived.
Right.
You know, I'm talking about Mattapan in Boston, East Flatbush in Brooklyn. These are very specific places. And I'm seeing where, you know, I really care, man. I care about our people. I devote my life to it, man. There's no other reason I'm here. Like, I don't even know what everybody think they doing in life.
Right.
But like, you get joy from the betterment of people, for real.
Right.
And we just fun and dope and stylish and funny. Right. So I want us to have that conversation more. I was in the barbershop in Ramsey's a year ago talking to the homie Miles, who works with the Migos. And I talked to Chris, the barber, who knows everybody,
right,
and who Young Jock went to get his hairstyle and asked for the Jidenna cut, by the way, which I learned today. But I was talking to Miles, and I was like, you know, the Migos would go in Lagos, Nigeria. If they go there, like, they're going to make buku cheese, and they're going to really rock it. Then a year later, I see them on Shade Room,
right,
and they're out in Lagos, and Nigerians turning up. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying I did that, but I planted a little seed in Miles' head, and I'm sure they already had some ideas. So this is what I want, is just that bridge to be built, because I've been seeing that my whole life.
right.
I know too, like in Nigeria, there's a huge Muslim population.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about all the talk and the ban against Muslims that they got going on right now in the U.S.?
Nigeria is 50% Muslim, just about. And my team is 50% Muslim American. I'm not a Muslim myself. I don't identify with any particular religion. I'm just, you know, spiritual. I definitely believe in God. But, I mean, I can't stand it. There's people on my team who couldn't see their family for weeks, you know.
Wow.
So it hits home. Everybody, not everybody, a lot of people in this country know that the whole thing is ridiculous. None of us here in this room or in this country would have been here last couple hundred years, or this country wouldn't be here without people that either by force or by choice immigrated here. Nobody except 1% of the population, which is Native Americans. That's it. So when we talked all that immigrant ban, man, that's just, you know, that fear. It's all distractions. I ain't really worried about that, man. We got to focus on the world we want, the world we want to build, how we want our buildings to be, how you want your schools, how you want your everything in your life to be. Right. You can't get so caught up in the Trump tweets. You know how to get rid of his power? Don't listen to him.
Right. This is true.
Don't retweet. Don't respond. I don't even like talking about him too much, because that just gives him more power.
Got your nights on lock. Yo, I'm done. Everybody bumping on the block. Yo, I'm done.